Oh, hey guys, how the frig's it going? Lunchtime. You know what that means? Time for food. And guess what? I made food. Yeah, doing that working from home thing. I think I mentioned it on yesterday's vlog that I'm doing that now. Thursdays, Fridays. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday office, Thursday, Friday home. Yeah. Also tonight I got martial arts, but that's another story. Hey, two-wheeled warrior said, psst, 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 psst. Okay, you got your answer, bud. She just meowed at you. That's what she did. So yeah, I'm wearing the same shirt as yesterday because you know what? When you work from home, who cares? Nobody's gonna see you. Webcam on my laptop hasn't worked since 19 Fish and Chips. Actually, it worked like once when I first got the computer, and the Lenovo L14 and T14's got a flaw with the webcam where the module itself just disconnects. And because these computers are leased from a company, we're not allowed to go in and fix them, which is annoying. And I don't feel like calling a guy and having him come out and replace the web camera because I'd rather not go on camera. Honestly, I freaking hate meetings, which sucks because my new role, I mentioned yesterday that I got into a new role. My new role has me in meetings a lot, like way too much. But that's all right because improvise, adapt, overcome, right? That's what you got to do. Anybody's wondering, I'm just throwing some great value squirt. It's 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 protein, 40 grams of sodium, or 40 milligrams of sodium. A little bit of electrolytes. I'm making a water, but I like to add that squirt to my water to give it some flavor. I drink way too much of this stuff in a day though. Kind of like that Mio, but this stuff tastes like orange tang, and I appreciates that. But yeah, like why get into brand new clothes if I'm literally going to be sitting in my house working on a computer that nobody's going to see me on? What's the big freaking deal, right? Got to thinking about the Kayak GoPro mount, and I thought I had a piece for it, but I don't. 2CV Bloke mentioned in a previous video of just taking the GoPro mount. They're like double-sided taped mounts that you get with your GoPros when you buy them. Take the one off my motocross helmet and then just use some 3M tape to attach it to the Kayak. So I just need to clear my drain out. I had a little bit of a cleaning misadventure after I made my food. And basically what I made was another one of those carnivore pizzas, except for this time I didn't have pepperoni or anything. I just had cheese. So I made a massive cheese freaking pizza. I doubled up on the, I used 2 packs of chicken, 4 eggs, and 2 cups of cheese and made it into a thick crust that by putting it in the fridge, it stuck to the pan. Grab a couple slices of this. Like that's not too bad. Have you guys tried it yet? Anybody out there tried the carnivore pizza? It's not the same as eating a pizza, but you can get it pretty damn close and you can keep those carbohydrates at a managed level. But anyway, back on topic, because I tend to have a little squirrely situation where the squirrel in my head runs around rampant, and I don't think I have ADHD, but I bet you if I got diagnosed, they say I did. Anyway, I don't just want to clip the GoPro onto one of those mounts because it sits too low to the Kayak and all you're gonna see is Kayak bow. You're not gonna see... You good? Jesus. All you're gonna see is the nose of the Kayak and it's gonna get kind of annoying. I wanna lift it up and I thought I had an extension arm for the GoPro that allowed you to attach to the GoPro mount and the GoPro attaches to it and it gives you a good, I wanna say a foot of lift, but I don't. However, what I do have is a 3D printer that can print these parts that I need. So what I've been thinking, I was like, okay, cool, I got that. Why don't I, and this is basically what I wanna build, I wanna put a GoPro on the back of the yak, up in the air above me, aiming down, so you get that third person view shot while I have my other GoPro in my hands and or on my hat or whatever, on my head through the headband, and I'm looking around, so you get my first person and third person view. And then as I'm editing the video, because Vegas has this really cool feature for multi-camera support where you can jump between 2 cameras and make a multi-scene setup, and I've used it in the past when I did a video for Mick Juggernuggets was doing this thing called make a video game video, like make a video in real life and make it look like a video game. And I created Lawnmower Simulator where I had like third person view, first person view, lawnmower view, and I did it all with just different GoPros, and I used that feature with multicam to jump between the scenes, and then I put a little webcam of me in the corner pretending I was like live streaming it, and it worked out really, really good once you sync up the videos and you get multicam going. One thing I don't like about the GoPros is because I had battery problems on both this one and the other one, they lost the time. So to fix that, it's easy. I just sync them with my phone. My phone automatically updates the clock on it. My dog is dying again. And yeah, we're good to go. You good? You good? Potato? You good? yeah, I was thinking if I can get the GoPro on a mount high enough, aiming down at me, I think that might be a really cool shot for like a third person, especially while fishing. I can't vlog down here. My dog's friggin' been smoking cigarettes all day and he's got that bingo cough. But yeah, I think that might be a really cool angle of attack for the GoPro. So I'm probably going to get a couple of those sticks printed, figure out what kind of hardware they need to go together, put them together, and then attach them to the back of the GoPro with some 3M tape, or attach them to the back of the kayak with some 3M tape. And then when it's not in use, you can fold it up, you can scissor it down. And then when it's in use, you lift it up and you attach your GoPro. Seriously, dude? Wow. Anyway, I'd say my lunch is cold, but it's supposed to be because I like cold pizza. Call me weird, but that's cool too. I am what I am. Alrighty, forget about showing you what I was going to print. I just came up with another brain dead idea. See, Joss gave me a GoPro accessory kit, oh god, what, last year sometime, and I was going to use the GoPros on the accessories on the kayak. Came with a chest mount, head mount, wrist mount, so you can put the GoPro on your wrist, handlebar leg with the GoPro attachment on it, and it came with this. What is this? A super freaking long telescopic selfie stick, okay? Like, it's got to be at least 4 feet long. Now, currently, this head cannot take a GoPro. However, it also came with these, which you can just screw on the top. Picking up what I'm putting down. Take this. I know I'm filming on a GoPro and I'm holding the GoPro. This is the GoPro Hero 8. Pop you on here, all right? Build some sort of, probably gonna build something on the 3D printer with a 1/4-inch screw. And then 3M tape that, or physically screw it right to the back of the GoPro of the kayak. And then I got myself my out of the way selfie stick, and with this strap I can easily attach it, so if something happens, it breaks, gets caught on a tree and falls in the water, I can recover my camera and the footage. Camera will get destroyed because the side port's wide open for a USB cable, and I do have a 10-foot USB cable that I will be running up this pole, plug into the power source on the kayak to keep the camera charged and rolling at all times. I think this could be kind of a cool concept. See, Redneck engineering, it might be stupid, but if it works, is it really stupid? I don't know. This is going to take some designing though. This is going to take some designing. So what I'm thinking is something like this. So I'll have a 1/4-inch bolt going through here, and then this will be to tie off the GoPro once it's at full extension on the arm, because it's going to bob around. So I figure I can run a rope around the GoPro and attach it securely at these points here, and then another one off the handle on the back of the boat, the kayak, and it should stabilize while it's up in the air. It'll still bob around and stuff, it'll still bounce around because we're just dealing with a flimsy little monopod, but theoretically in my brain that could work. Now, to countersink the bolt head on the bottom, I'm probably going to have to drill it out because I'm having a bit of an issue building a countersink on the bottom of this thing. So yeah, also guys, check this out. I got my camera out back running in real time on my computer using an Android app, because Windows 11 has this really cool ability where you can sideload Linux apps, Android apps. Can't do it with iOS because you know how Apple is, but you can run Linux apps, you can run Android apps right on your PC. You don't need to run BlueStacks, you don't need to run any extra programs. You can just install an APK on your computer and run it like a Windows app, and it runs it in full virtualization. Now I got it running on no DPI mode, so otherwise the app literally looks like your standard app for Android here. So yeah, you can just like on Android, you can scroll down, you can pick your camera, and then it'll show you, and then if I go full screen, it'll just extend it out and show me the video, so I can monitor the backyard or the apparently I can zoom. That's cool. I didn't even know that was a feature. Or I can monitor the front yard and zoom in on Bucket, or I can be like, what's going on with Dirty Bird? Oh, she's just being dirty. Cool. You know, it's pretty sweet. Also, I should mention I ordered another mold for making baits. This one's a swim bait. It's 3 inches long, a little shorter than what I normally use, but the reason being is I got to thinking about fishing at Camelot and why I was getting bites, but I couldn't successfully hook anything. Oh, look at that freaking bird on my lawn. Tell he's moving. Live feed. Lovely. Now I'll be able to watch the raccoons come in and fall down the friggin' sinkhole. That'd be funny. I need micro baits, and I didn't rig up. I should have rigged up that little dock runner with a drop shot rig. Small hook, simple bait, like something small, and sent that out. Because then I would have caught like little micro fish. Yeah, nobody wants to catch panfish. They want to catch bass, but catching a fish is fun. Doesn't matter the size. That's all I go out for. I don't care what I'm catching as long as I'm catching. And it would have been pretty good for that little dock runner just to go after panfish. So I'm probably going to re-rig that there next time I go out to be a drop shotter, and then use the bait caster for going after bass or pike and that. I think I'm going to send this here job over to the printer. I don't know if I showed you guys this, but I modified the printer. Originally I had the spool up top here, and the problem I was having was it was coming around. Did it break off again? Oh, it did. Frig sakes. That's been happening a lot. This filament's really dry probably. But the problem I was having up top is it's all friggin' tangled up in here. And it's dry as piss. Or it's damp. One of the two. Anyways, the filament's kind of bunk. It was cheap PLA. It was just the budget stuff from 3D Printing Canada. And the problem is it keeps breaking off inside the unit. And the problem is when that happens, it's a pain in the ass to get it out because you pretty much got to take everything apart to get it out. Not fun. So probably have to clear this thing, recalibrate it. Gonna try and print that up. I'm gonna build it so that I can actually jam some screws in it. I think I might just screw it right to the back of the kayak, or I could Gorilla Tape it. I do have that double-sided Gorilla Tape. That might work better. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Don't know when I'll have a chance to install it, but figure that out when time comes, and then we'll give it a test run and attach a camera to it and bounce the kayak around and see if the camera moves and improvise, adapt, overcome. That's the way we do things on this channel. So 3D printers are awesome, by the way. It's really cool when you can just fabricate your own shit. It's the way of the future. Tempted to get another one though. Bamboo Labs makes a real nice one. So does Perusa. And they're pretty much like, take it out of the box and start printing. Like they auto bed level, they don't mess around. Like this here one back here, it's only like a $240 printer, but it's so finicky, like you're constantly dicking around with it. Where these Perusas and these Bamboo Labs, it's like, yeah, they're $900, but you just take it out and start printing, and they're fast and they don't mess around, and it's easier to work with. You're not spending so much time worried about that first layer because it always nails the first layer on the first time. That's like mainly I'll sit there and watch the first layer go down to make sure it's adhering. And then once I got a couple layers on top of it, I'm like, okay, it's going to be good as long as the filament doesn't crack like it kind of did already, and you saw that, son of a bitch. All right, let's get this thing going. Nothing like taking your computerized 3D render to the next level, eh? Yup, 3D printing's fun when it works. Alrighty guys, work shift is done, and so is my 3D print. Yup, beauty. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab that tripod thing. I'm gonna go out to the garage and see if we can find a bolt to go into this bottom end. Maybe I'll cut the end off with like a hacksaw or something and just JB weld it in, or I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead. I never do. I'm gonna get the dog outside because he hasn't been out since lunch. One bonus to working from home is I can let the dog out multiple times in a day so I don't come home to a bucket of shit on the floor. Beautiful. Make six, I almost started vlogging with this GoPro instead of my vlogging camera. All right, first things first. Let's just sit this thing down over here. Remember, we sat that thing down there. I need to move some stuff around up here. Need to start looking through these bins. One of them has bolts that I can harvest. Worst case Ontario, we take a rip over to Home Repo or Cambodian Tire. We get what we need. I'd like to avoid doing that because that means I gotta go there after martial arts, and usually after martial arts all I want to do is come home and go to bed. Isn't fabrication fun? That'll work. Sweet. So yeah, I'm thinking about buying a new 3D printer. Maybe then I'll print more. Right now I don't print enough because I just get so sick and tired of all the bullshit I gotta go through just to get a print job to go through. Like it took me a good half an hour just to get the printer set up, and my first attempt the bottom layer didn't adhere, so that was fun. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have so much protruding out. Is there like a vice grip or something in here? A pair of pliers, or I'm ripping my hands off. Just trying, here, this might work. Oh, sorry, I got you guys looking at the top. I don't know, that might do. And then I can just zip off the bottom and then put some JB Weld or some super glue or something to hold it in place, and I think we're freaking golden. Alright, so I applied some JB Weld to it. I'll get the light out of my back here. I applied some JB Weld to it. It looks like a mess. It is a mess. Redneck Engineering. I put it all over the threads, screwed that back in, and yeah, now we just gotta wait for it to cure, and then we can test fit it. Probably after martial arts, because I don't know how long this shit takes to dry. What does it say on the bottle? 5 minutes. Oh yeah. Well, we'll see if it takes 5 minutes. So I don't know how to sit this. Probably just sit it on its side like that and let it cure. Probably gonna run onto the microwave and then come one with the microwave, but we'll see what happens. I forgot I got the dog outside, so I should probably deal with him. He doesn't even know what's going on. Did you go poop? Do you even know who I am? Do you remember? We're still friends? Okay, cool. I'm gonna go back in the house. The lawn still looks great. Frickin' hope so. I only cut it 24 hours ago. No, I thought that tape in the garage was double-sided Gorilla tape. I know I bought some because I bought an idea that I never put into fruition. It was a rod holder for the truck. So that I basically, I guess that's as far forward as it goes. So I could basically load them in the roof of the box there and get that dealt with. Oh, there's my trailer plate. I've been looking for that. Yeah, I bought this a long time ago. I was gonna put it on the roof of the camper trailer there, camper topper, or whatever the hell you want to call it, topper shell, camper shell, and that way there I can get my rods in there and out of the way. But that never happened. So the Gorilla tape has to be back here. I'm gonna dig. Alrighty, well, if anything, I decluttered the back of my truck, but I didn't find the tape. But I did found this. Wow, good English, Adam. Holy, English is a 15th language over here. Don't know what's going on with me. Really don't know what's going on with me. So I must have brought it in the garage or in the house, one of the two. And being in the garage doesn't really help much because unless it's this, could be this. I'll have to check it out. But I found this in the truck. Well, I had a bag of tools when I helped a friend fix her bathtub because holy, like we pay by the liter, the cubic liter of water here in town. And her bathtub, literally you turn the water off and it was running like the tap was halfway turned on because the seals in the tap were shot. So she was running like that forever. She thought you were supposed to pay $250 a month for water till I told her I pay $53 and she realized something was wrong. And obviously if you have your bathtub running full tilt like a Peterbilt all the time. Anyway, found this. I forgot about this. In 2020, pre-COVID, January, my aunt passed away. And I went over to her place with Dad and my cousin and a couple other cousins and we cleaned the place out and basically did an estate sale. Her son didn't want anything. Nobody wanted anything, so we did it. I managed to get my washer and dryer. You guys remember when I got that? Well, that came from there. There's a couple tools that came from there too. Like that scroll saw over here. That scroll saw came from there. And a couple other things. I can't remember what else. But Dad, knowing that I like knives and sharp things, he saw this kit and he decided to get it and he grabbed it for me. Check this out. Forgot it in the back of the truck since 2020. But in here, you got a regular pocket knife, a multi-tool, and a Swiss Army knife. I just checked the multi-tool. It doesn't have scissors like my current Gerber. Is that a Gerber? I don't know what it is. The Swiss Army knife does. The reason why I like scissors for fishing, cutting braid. Mind you, I should just go to Dollarama and pay the $2 and buy that braid cutting pair of scissors instead of using something like this on the water that I could potentially drop in the water and lose forever and never be able to get back. So yeah, I found that. Now I want to check out this tape and see if it's just duct tape or if it's double-sided tape. I have a feeling it's just regular tape, super sticky tape, mind you. Yeah, this is not double-sided tape. Shazbot. So I don't want to go shopping tonight. Is this thing cured yet? Yeah, exactly like I predicted, guys. It's stuck to the microwave. Nope, definitely not cured. It's still moving around freely. Yeah, we're gonna have to let this sit overnight and cure. I should just chuck it in the microwave, eh? Because metal things in the microwave work great. But I gotta get going soon. Head down to martial art. Go do some kicking and punching and flipping and elbowing and kneeing and roundhouse kicking and all that other fun shit. Tomorrow's Friday and the weekend is here. What am I gonna be doing this weekend? I have no flipping idea. I know, couple friends wanted to hang out, see if that goes down. Might go fishing. That's an option now. Definitely don't need to do the lawn because we did that during the week and I love that when I do that. When you do it during the week, then you don't have to waste your weekend choring. It's so much nicer. So we'll have to see what we get up to and get up to what we see. Maybe I'll ask Coach tonight if he has any tape left from the mats. If he does, I'll just grab a chunk off them. But anyway, guys, like it's on 0-0 and you hit clock and it shows the clock, but then it goes back to 0-0. Technology is so stupid lately. Had that last power failure there and everything just got completely jumbled. There was a question actually asked by somebody on a previous video on the using Tim Hortons coffee to make bait, and it got me wondering. They asked, hey, think you could use fish food to make bait? You know, the kind that really reeks like shrimp. And I got to thinking, fish food is just flakes. So if I were to pass that through like the coffee grinder after I clean it out, because it looks like somebody took a mad freaking protein filled poop in there and got it down to a fine dust, theoretically I could add that to the plastisol with some Fleck to give it some glitter and luster and shine. Could work. It could work. Now, something that the big boys do, like Guggen and Miyamoto or whatever the hell his name is they add salt to their Senkos to make them heavier so they sink faster and it gives them better action underwater as they're flipping through the current, right? So I don't have any salt fine enough, but I do have a blender, so I could always just blend down a bunch of salt melt into dust, or even a mortar pestle, and crush it all up and go from there. So anyway, we're gonna let that piece dry. We'll test fit it tomorrow. Worst case, if we have to prototype a new one. This is the reason why, like, I kind of half-assed it. If this one doesn't work, welcome to 3D printing, boys. It's called prototyping for a reason. You make version 1, and if it's a complete sack of shit, then you make version 2, you make version 3, you make version 4. You keep upgrading. Look at Iron Man. What suit did he end up on? What, Mark 40 freaking 9? You keep improving on your design until you master it, and then you're ready for full-fledged production. That's basically the art of 3D printing. Start off small and keep adding to it until you got it where you want it. And if it's a product that others might like, why not mass produce and sell? You never know. You might be onto something. I'm gonna shut her down here, go take a hefty shit, and then jump in the Trans Am, head to the gas station, top up the tank, go do some kicking and punching, and then come back and go to bed. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. And until next time, guys, live it to win it, and peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.